try. Hold it. Here go my. Talk to me. Like, yeah, I love you, I love you, I do. I don't believe you. Had to love when you need it. No, it feel like don't nobody got your back. What you do your family like that? No coming back. You gotta get yourself on track. We don't give enough love. You know we always see. You really like up. Let up. Let up. I got you. And I got you. I do. We really suicidal. What up, fam? It's for the real ones. Suicidal. Yeah. I love you, I love you. Come on now. They don't believe you. Where all the love when you need it. And we feel like don't nobody got y'all back. Do your family like that. Ain't no coming back. Get yourself on track. Feeling suicidal. You know, family just wanted to stop through, show some love, you feel me? We gonna play one more track, you know what I'm saying? And then we gonna get right to it. Shout out to my brother Delante up in the building. Shout out to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this one especially for the fam, you know. It be times when we be all going through our shit, you know what I mean? And a lot of times, you know, it's hard to get to each other as well as a lot of times we be trying to show each other tough love, but we forget, you know what I mean? We don't really show enough love to begin with. And it ain't hard for people to turn out to be suicidal because they feel like everything they working for, everything that they thought was important, that shit can be gone in the blink of an eye. Only because nobody is being considerate of other people's feelings. But we all day want people to be considerate of our feelings. And it can make a person go crazy when you sitting around being considerate of other people's feelings and thinking like shit. Eventually somebody gonna care about mine. And when it don't come back to you, you be like, damn, hold on, maybe I'm the one that's not supposed to be here. Maybe I'm the one that's fucked up in this situation. Maybe I'm the one tripping. And sometimes you just feel like you don't fit in. But I'm here to tell you, family, you know, that feeling of not fitting in, find strength in that shit. And when you can't find strength in that shit, play this video back, cause we need you. Y'all the real ones. The real ones, they never fit in. Anybody who has did anything to change this world when they was here, they didn't like these people. As much as people love Tupac, love Biggie, they ain't like them people when they was alive. People did not like them because they was changing the course of how people was dealing with each other. And anytime you come along and you change the course of how people see life, or you come along and you showing people love and they feel like, dang, hold on, why he feel like he can do that? He can come along and be the one that do shit different. You gotta do it anyway because it's what you was sent for, it's what you was meant for. So at the end of the day, man, tenfold, I'm here with you, got your back. You know what I mean? Anybody mess with you when I'm around, ain't shit they gonna be able to do with you. They gonna have to deal with both of us. So with that being said, family, we finna get to this second track. We gonna pump this one up. Like, boy, I think you gonna like this one, Delante, and the rest of the family. You know what I'm saying? Just talking to you real quick, bro, 'cause I know you in here. Check this out, though. Listen to what he say at the beginning.
DJ, say dada.
This that brother Lil Donald. That's the artist name. What you think about that, Brad? Hey, yo, DJ.
Look, I saw a lot of shit in the Air Force. Signed some bad contracts, made some bad choices. Put myself on child support to see my daughter. Now the child support
It's
the reason
called
I don't
Real
see my
Pain.
daughter. Cause if I don't get the money, then the jail time. Who the fuck I'ma call when it's bail time? Plug, give me them bags on the cell mine. And bust that scrap, Taco Bell time. Cause the beef ain't shit to a meat eater. These hoes might ride with the backseaters. They said we were living in the Western world. Why
I'm
I'm
gonna
only
get
getting
hurt
hated on my
over my
black people.
people.
Goddamn, it's supposed to be my fault. But
What
they
if
hear them
niggas
keeping
hating?
in my door. Why they hear they wanna come and take my dough? You said you were real with your life for. Why they put it to your head, make a chain play? Kid, make a change game plan. Probably would've shot you 5 years ago. Now I be feeling like a chain man. These niggas wanna ride on the internet. That teach that talk,
I
they ain't
ain't into
into that.
that.
Wanna see all that shit you talk. When the footy hit you, just remember that. But some of these niggas ain't worth shots. Shit get talked out
For
for
the
the word.
word out.
Before I ever never look for a nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I go ahead and start flicking birds out. These niggas got no mistake by this. You was shooting the chopper everywhere and you hit them by mistake, probably. But I ain't gonna debate that. I was here to vote for the kids. You gon' make me
Hit
hit
the
the
folk
vote
for
for real.
real.
You gon' make me go on niggas real. Cause you ain't never tried for a meal. Tell a nigga death don't scare me. I
Ain't
ain't
like
like them
them
nigga
nigga don't
don't
compare
compare me.
me.
If you don't kill me, then do it. Don't be tryna let nobody tell me. I remember when the juice record first hit. All the DJ would play
On
my
my,
shit. All the bad bitches put
it's
us on
on
my
my.
beat. When shit got rough, when everybody sweet. When money got funny, then my baby mama mad. Had to go start back, just
Them
my
girl
bag.
bags.
Had to go start back, running up back. Trying to get back to where I'm at. Grandma died,
Died,
nephew
nephew
died.
died.
Got a pole for the
Go to
coat.
sleep.
Ryan drop his head after he hit the damn
Oh,
notes.
it's me.
Poppin'
Popping
perk,
bird.
poppin' perk on
No
OD.
D.
Every time they see me out, I already know
You
they
know
know.
it's me.
Got a whole different vibe, man.
Oh.
Back on that bullshit. Young Ludacris.
Y'all can't tell me that boy ain't slapping, bruh. But that's that little Donald called Real Pain, you know what I'm saying? I think that really set the tone for what we finna get into, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, straight up and down. So let me pause that. Make sure that thing don't go nowhere. Nowhere. I mean, it's something for the queens trying to pop up, but we gon' we gonna say that for a little second though. We gonna say that, say that. Alright. So look, family, this is what I want to get into. I want to get into, like I said, how quite often, you know what I'm saying, we want other people to listen to what we going through. And oftentimes these people tend to be people that we have a cooperative relationship with. Um, and one thing I want us to take into account before I get too far into this, I'm sharing with y'all in real time the shit that I go through, as well as the things that I feel like we all going through. So I feel like this is my opportunity to share with people my experiences. I'm not telling people this is the end all, be all, the way I did it or the way that I'm going about understanding things. So, all right, when you talking to people and you want people to have an understanding of what you're trying to relate to them, and you're in a cooperative relationship, recognize that there will be a, a compromise that will be asked of you. And oftentimes in this compromise that's asked of us, we forget that this is not our first thought. So since this is not your first thought, it will be a time that you may find yourself in error or may lack in consistency. So with that being said, you oftentimes find yourself in a situation where if you the person lacking in consistency, that somebody's reminding you, then I asked you to do X, Y, Z, and it's like, dang, I forgot. Okay, now this is the point where we all fall off it and we fall apart as a people. Soon as somebody lets us down, oftentimes the person who is lacking in consistency, the person who they have the cooperative relationship with is feeling let down at that moment. So when you think about that, it's like, hold up. The person who's being let down at that moment feels as though like you're not being considerate of their feelings. Of course, you the person who is admitted and lacking in the situation, you should be understanding. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we also got to take into account the feeling of being let down comes from having expectations of someone. Too often we have expectations of people that's not fair because given the person who was lacking in this situation, no, I'm sure they asked you to do something that you lacked in consistency in. And should this person come at you and say, hey, start blowing down like, bro, why you ain't do X, Y, Z? You act like you don't care nothing about my feelings without consideration of what you asked them to do is not that person's first thought. So should they come short of that situation, whose fault is it that you're upset? Is it the fault that you had expectations for someone? That should the shoe be on the other foot, it's an expectation that you couldn't even meet. So therefore, is it not an unfair expectation altogether? Is it unfair to have expectations of another person outside of who you know them to be? See, too often we fall out with people because we fell out with what our expectation or our image of that person was. You got it? So with that being said, I just want to encourage us as a people when we in these cooperative relationships that we choose to be in, consider that should you be let down in any facet, it's because of an expectation that truly is unfair. Any expectation of anybody outside of yourself is unfair because these same expectations that we all put up against anybody, I don't care what example you throw out there, a lot of times we're not measuring up to those same expectations. On the other hand, where somebody wants something to do, wants you to do something for them, and you're not consistent in it. So, I mean, consistent in what they asked of you. So, just something to think about. Like I see a lot of people falling out because of this. You know, to me it's the leading killer of relationships. Um, Unfair expectations, or expectations are unfair. So with that being said, family, I love you as myself. I ain't gonna hold you long, but I had to stop through. Couldn't let you just roll along, or I couldn't just go along and then not acknowledge my experiences. Love you as myself. Peace out. Can fall. Let me see what it's talking about.